Chosen one, when life begins to shift in ways you can't explain, when blessings start appearing faster than you can count, silence will become your greatest protection. Not every glow needs to be broadcast. Not every miracle demands applause. You've been waiting, quietly, faithfully, for something to move. Now it's moving. Doors are opening that used to be sealed shut. People who never saw you before suddenly want to know you. Opportunities you thought had died are calling your name again. But listen carefully, because this part is sacred. When God begins to lift you, the noise around you gets louder. The moment favor finds you, curiosity follows. That's why this new season isn't about proving anything. It's about protecting what's holy. And when I say holy, I don't just mean perfect or polished. I mean the parts of you that were rebuilt in silence, the strength that grew while nobody was watching, the tears that watered the ground you're standing on right now. So when you feel the shift, don't rush to explain it. Don't try to make them understand what only heaven could arrange. Some things are meant to be felt, not justified. Some blessings are too fragile to handle gossip. Keep your mouth shut and your heart open. Hit that like button if you feel this stirring inside you right now. It's not random, it's confirmation. And while you're here, subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls who are walking this same path of faith, growth, and quiet fire. Together we rise, but quietly, wisely, gratefully. Comment 777 below if this message finds you exactly where you are. That number has always been a symbol of completion, a reminder that God finishes what He starts. Now breathe, because this isn't punishment, it's protection. Every delay was divine timing. Every silence was preparation. You were hidden, not forgotten. And now that the light is finding you, your silence will keep the roots strong. When blessings bloom, they attract everything. Praise, envy, questions, imitation. Don't be surprised when people start asking what happened to you. Just smile, because they won't understand that it wasn't luck, it was alignment. There's a rhythm to destiny, and you've learned how to move with it. You no longer chase what isn't meant for you. You no longer beg for what drains your spirit. You've stopped explaining your peace to people who live in storms. This is what happens when you start walking with faith instead of fear. The energy around you changes. The way you speak, the way you stand, even the way you breathe. It all shifts. Because once you realize that God's hand is actually guiding you, you stop needing to convince anyone else. Keep your mouth shut while it unfolds. Because right now, heaven is doing math you can't see. It's adding what you lost, multiplying what you gave, and subtracting what was never meant to stay. If you talk too soon, you interrupt the equation. Be still. Let your silence speak success. Let your consistency prove what words never could. And when the moment is right, God Himself will make the announcement. Until then, protect the promise. Comment 777 again if you understand. That's your silent agreement with what's already happening. You see, everyone loves to celebrate results, but few understand the discipline of secrecy. Moses didn't broadcast every word he heard on the mountain. Mary didn't explain every vision she carried in her womb. Some revelations are too pure for public debate. They must be carried in stillness until they manifest in power. You've entered that phase, the silent miracle season, where everything changes, but quietly, where your glow becomes the only explanation anyone gets. Keep walking, keep trusting, keep quiet, because soon the very people who doubted you will ask for advice they once ignored. And when they do, you'll answer with grace, not pride. That's how heaven knows you're ready for the next level. So if you can feel this word resonating deep in your spirit, hit that like button. It's not for the algorithm, it's for alignment, a physical act of agreement with what your soul already knows. It's happening. Chosen one, this is your reminder. You don't need to defend divine order. You don't need to explain favor. You just need to protect your peace and stay grounded while it all unfolds. Remember, silence doesn't mean weakness. It means wisdom. Because when you speak too soon, you invite opinions that can't handle your calling. But when you wait, you let the results speak for you. This is your sign to stay quiet, stay steady, stay grateful. The miracles that are forming right now are too tender to expose. You don't plant a seed and then dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You water it, you wait, you trust. And then, one morning, it breaks the soil. Suddenly, everyone sees what you knew all along. Something powerful was happening beneath the surface. So, protect it. Hold it close. Smile in silence when things start aligning. Because those who need to know will see, and those who don't never mattered anyway. Keep your mouth shut, not out of fear, but out of reverence. You're standing in a moment that was written long before you arrived. Every challenge that tried to break you was actually sculpting the faith you're living by right now. Chosen one, type 777, one last time below if you're claiming this season of quiet power. You don't need to shout your blessings. They're loud enough on their own. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to join thousands of souls walking this same path. A community of faith, resilience, and rebirth. Together, we move silently, but powerfully. This is the beginning. When elevation starts, it rarely feels comfortable. It feels like isolation. It feels like your circle shrinking and your phone going quiet. But that silence isn't rejection, it's insulation. God covers what He's constructing. The noise that used to surround you was never meant to hear the plans being drawn for you. Because when He builds something sacred, He does it behind curtains. A stage is noisy, a workshop is quiet. You, chosen one, have been in the workshop. Every setback, every lonely night, every tour you swallowed instead of explaining. That was wood and stone being shaped into something permanent. You thought you were being buried, but you were being planted. And now that you're breaking through the surface, remember this: not everyone can handle the sunlight that's coming with you. Don't force people to celebrate what they never prayed for. Protect your peace like it's your passport to the future, because it is. There will be whispers. There always are when a quiet soul starts winning. Smile. Let the results be your defense. You don't owe anyone an explanation for peace that costs you nothing but faith. When the phone stays silent, don't panic. That's heaven muting distractions. When friends disappear, don't chase. That's pruning, not punishment. When opportunities pause, don't quit. That's alignment catching up to timing. Keep your mouth shut while you grow, because when the fruit appears, the fragrance will tell the story. You won't have to announce a single thing. People will smell success and ask where you found it. Just point upward, hit that like button if this word feels like confirmation tonight. That single tap is a whisper back to heaven. I hear you. I'm ready. And if you haven't yet, subscribe. Join thousands of chosen one souls walking this same narrow golden road. We move in faith. We rise in silence. We glow in gratitude. Comment 777 again below to seal it. Not superstition, symbolism. It says, I trust the process, even when I don't understand it. Because the next part of your story will test your humility. You've prayed for visibility, now God is handing you influence. But influence without discipline becomes noise. So guard your heart as fiercely as you guard your dream. You'll start hearing compliments that sound like invitations. Not every smile means support. Some are just curiosity wearing perfume. Discernment will save you where enthusiasm could ruin you. Learn to say less. Learn to listen more. The loudest strength is quiet confidence, and when the critics arrive, and they will, remember, their opinions don't pay your purpose. Their disbelief doesn't delay your destiny. Their confusion is proof that you've outgrown explanation. Chosen one, when God starts doing this, When doors open that used to reject you, when you walk into rooms built for the version of you they never expected, keep your mouth shut. Let gratitude be your language. Let grace be your accent. You're walking evidence that patience pays. You're the testimony that silence isn't empty. It's loaded. Every time you waited, you were storing momentum. Now the release has begun, so walk gently, speak softly, move intentionally. And know this, the same God who hid you will now highlight you, not to make you famous, but to make you useful. The light will find you. Just don't forget the shadows that raised you. Comment 777. One more time if you receive this reminder. That's not for the world. It's between you and heaven. Your quiet yes is louder than any shout. There comes a point, chosen one, when the silence around you turns into music. At first, it sounds like nothing. Only a heartbeat, only the wind through doors that haven't opened yet. But stay still long enough, and you'll realize that rhythm is destiny tuning itself. Every unanswered message, every plan that fell apart, every moment you thought you were forgotten, they were the rests between the notes. Without the pauses, the song would have been noise. Now the melody is clear. The people who once doubted you will start echoing the very words you whispered in faith. They'll call it coincidence. You'll know it was orchestration, because when you kept quiet, you gave space for grace to work. Hit that like button if you feel this alignment in your spirit tonight. That's you saying, I hear it now. And subscribe to walk with thousands of other souls learning the same rhythm of trust and patience. We move together, quietly but powerfully. Comment 777 to anchor this moment, to remind yourself that completion is near and gratitude is the bridge. Now listen, when your blessings begin to manifest, don't rush to explain how it happened. They won't understand the nights you cried, the mornings you almost gave up, the prayers you never posted. Just smile. It's not arrogance, it's peace finally showing on your face. This new chapter will come with invitations disguised as opportunities. Some will be genuine, others will drain your energy. Learn to ask, does this feed my purpose or my ego? Your answer will decide what survives. Don't chase applause, chase alignment. Because clapping fades, but purpose echoes. You've learned that miracles don't arrive with fireworks. They unfold like sunrise, slow, steady, unstoppable. One day you wake up and realize you're living in the prayers you once whispered. Hold that realization close. Guard it. Not everyone can handle the weight of your gratitude. Sometimes, silence is the only language deep enough for what you feel. Comment 777. Again, if you know this truth in your bones, it's your reminder that heaven finishes what it starts. Chosen one, your journey has never been about proving them wrong. It's about proving God right by showing what happens when patience meets purpose. So keep walking in humility, keep loving in secret, keep shining without announcement. When they ask how you did it, just tell them, I stayed faithful. No drama, no speeches, just evidence. Because the light that comes from discipline glows longer than any spotlight. You've reached the moment where the tests become testimonies, where the pressure becomes polish, where the pain turns into purpose. So lift your head, breathe, and whisper your gratitude into the quiet that built you. This is what it feels like when heaven works through humility. This is what it looks like when you finally stop explaining and start existing. There's a point where the waiting ends and the walking begins. Not with thunder, not with applause, just a steady knowing that the ground beneath you has changed. You used to question every delay. Now you recognize delay as design. Every closed door was a shield. Every detour was a reroute toward purpose. Chosen one, this is where gratitude replaces explanation. You no longer ask why, you whisper, thank you. Because you can finally see the pattern. Every loss was a lesson. Every silence was a setup. Every hidden season was construction, not confinement. Hit that like button if that truth lands in your chest right now. That's more than engagement. It's agreement. And subscribe to stand with thousands of other chosen one souls who are learning to move with quiet conviction instead of loud comparison. Comment 777 if you're ready to step forward without fear. That number is a reminder that you are walking inside a completed promise. Listen closely. Elevation doesn't shout, it hums. The higher you rise, the thinner the air. The fewer the voices, the clearer the view. That's why solitude has followed you here. It's not loneliness, it's leadership in training. The ones who misunderstand your peace will call it distance. Let them. The ones who feel threatened by your growth will call it pride. Ignore them. The ones meant for you will recognize the calm. They'll feel it and rest there. Keep your mouth shut while destiny rearranges the furniture of your life. Because soon, the layout will make sense. The people who exited were chairs that didn't fit the new table. The silence was space for the feast. When blessings begin to multiply, your instinct may be to explain, to reassure, to share every detail. Pause. Remember this moment. Remember how sacred it feels to be still. You don't owe the world access to your blueprint. Just keep building. Let humility be your headline. Let gratitude be your publicist. Let discipline be your proof. Chosen one, you're entering the stage of visible favor. But visibility requires balance. If you let attention feed ego, it will starve peace. So when praise arrives, pass it upward. Say, all grace, and move on. Comment 777 once more if you receive that reminder. It's your signature under a covenant of calm. This next stretch of road will reveal everything preparation hid. Confidence that doesn't need volume, wisdom that doesn't need debate, love that doesn't need permission. You'll start noticing how effortlessly the right people appear, how ideas come at the exact time you need them, how peace settles where panic used to live. That's not coincidence, that's confirmation. Keep your heart steady, keep your spirit humble, keep your mouth shut and your hands busy doing good. Because soon, your life will speak louder than any caption ever could. Hit that like button if you feel this peace rising. And if you haven't yet, subscribe. Join thousands walking this same quiet revolution of faith and focus. We're not chasing clout, we're chasing clarity. Now breathe again. You've waited, you've worked, you've worried, and you've watched. And through it all, you stayed faithful. This is the reward, a calm that doesn't need explanation, a joy that doesn't need witnesses, a victory that doesn't need noise. So when the next blessing arrives, and it will, smile. Whisper your thanks and keep it between you and heaven. There is a peace that follows breakthrough, not the loud kind that shouts I made it, but the soft kind that sighs I'm home. Chosen one, you've reached the part of the story that most people never see. The rebuilding, the quiet after the storm, the stillness that feels almost strange after years of surviving. This is where you learn to live without tension, to wake up without worry, to move because you want to, not because you're running. The pressure that once shaped you has done its job. It forged patience, it taught you timing. Now you walk lighter, but you carry more wisdom. When people ask where the fire went, tell them it became light. When they ask why you're quiet, tell them peace doesn't need proof. You don't glow because you're lucky. You glow because you've learned. Hit that like button if this settles in your heart. It's not about the algorithm, it's about recognition, acknowledging that you see what the journey was for. Subscribe to stand with others who are walking into the same calm after the climb. Comment 777 to honor the completion. The work finished inside you before it ever showed outside. Now, every new opportunity will test your maturity more than your talent. Everyone can rise, not everyone can stay level. Keep your humility close, keep your gratitude closer, Remember how heavy it felt to wait, and never despise small beginnings again. There will be days when you miss the chase, when stillness feels like absence. That's just your old adrenaline calling. Don't answer. Stillness isn't absence. It's arrival. You've entered the rhythm of sustainable grace. Work, rest, trust, repeat. No more frantic proving, just quiet consistency. Let your kindness be the echo of your success. Let your discipline be the proof of your faith. And let your joy be contagious. Not because it's loud, but because it's real. When envy stirs around you, respond with empathy. When questions come, answer gently. When opportunities multiply, share them. Because real elevation serves, not shows. Comment 777 again if you choose to serve from your overflow. It's a declaration that you remember why you were blessed in the first place. Chosen one, this is what keeping your mouth shut truly means. Guarding the sacred space between you and grace. It's not secrecy born of fear, it's stewardship born of wisdom. You don't hide the light, you honor it. You don't hoard blessings, you handle them carefully. Every word you speak from this point forward carries weight, so use speech like currency. Spend it on kindness, generosity, encouragement. If you ever forget how far you've come, look at the calm inside you. Peace is the proof. And when the next miracle begins, don't announce it. Just keep walking. Those who can see will see. Those who can't were never meant to. Keep your mouth shut. Keep your heart open. Keep your faith steady. Because what's happening now isn't temporary. It's transformation. The air feels lighter now. You've outgrown the weight you once called normal. Every breath tastes like freedom because it carries no fear. Chosen one, this is what healing looks like. Not a sudden flash, but the steady dawn that never ends. It's waking up and realizing you don't have to fight today. It's walking into rooms you used to shrink from and feeling no need to explain your presence. Silence built this peace, and silence will keep it. Keep your circle small and your gratitude wide. Keep your plans close and your spirit open. Every time you choose quiet over reaction, you strengthen the walls around your peace. Hit that like button if you can feel that truth settling in your bones. It's your way of saying, I'm here, I understand. Subscribe to walk with others who move the same way. Not chasing noise, but building legacy. Comment 777 one final time. Let it stand as a seal, a gentle amen to the growth you've lived through. You don't need to prove the blessing. You just need to protect it. You don't need to tell the world what's next. You just need to live it. Let humility be your spotlight. Let gratitude be your soundtrack. Let stillness be your brand. When people ask how you changed, just say, grace found me, and I stayed quiet long enough to listen. And when new doors open, walk through them softly. The floorboards are made of answered prayers. Rest, chosen one. You've reached the chapter where peace is proof and silence is strategy. From here on, every step you take is a thank you. So smile, not because you've arrived, but because you finally understand the journey. Keep your mouth shut, keep your heart kind, keep your eyes lifted. What's happening now is not hype, it's harmony, and that harmony will carry you farther than noise ever could. The storm has passed, chosen one. Not because the world got easier, but because you stopped fighting what was never yours to fix. Now, the sky above you is clear. Not loud, not dramatic, just clear. And that clarity is your new strength. You used to chase validation, now you chase peace. You used to look for signs, now you recognize them in real time. Every sunrise feels like a whisper that says, you made it through. There's no need to shout it. The proof is in the calm heartbeat that doesn't rush anymore. The miracle already happened inside you. Keep walking in that rhythm. Each step is an offering of gratitude. Each breath is a reminder that grace didn't just visit, it stayed. Hit that like button if this calm feels familiar now. It's more than agreement, it's acknowledgement that the quiet you prayed for has become your home. And if you haven't yet, subscribe. Join the thousands who are learning that silence isn't absence, it's evidence. Comment 777. One last time. Let it be your signature under a life rebuilt by patience. You don't have to fear new beginnings anymore. Beginnings are what you do best, because you no longer start from emptiness. You start from wisdom. So when the next mountain appears, smile at it. You've learned that peaks are just altars where gratitude stands taller. You've climbed before, you'll climb again, but this time you won't lose your breath. Stay kind, stay grounded, stay quietly unstoppable. The world will feel your peace before it hears your words. That's the mark of someone truly chosen. And when night comes again, as it always does, you won't fear the dark. You'll rest in it, knowing the light inside you doesn't switch off. So sleep easy, chosen one. The work is working, the promise is alive, and the silence that once felt lonely is now the sound of everything aligning. The road behind you doesn't look the same anymore. It's softer now. The memories that used to ache have turned into gratitude. The tears that once burned now water the soil you're standing on. And what grows from that soil will feed generations. Chosen one, look at you. Still standing, still believing, still kind. You didn't harden, you healed. You didn't let the fire consume you. You let it refine you. You learned that silence isn't punishment, it's preparation. And now, your peace speaks in a language that only the wise can hear. This is what becoming looks like. Not perfection, but perspective. Not control, but clarity. Not noise, but knowing. You've discovered that not everything sacred needs to be shared. Some miracles live longer when they stay private. That's why your quiet has become your armor. Every word you don't say guards what you've built. Every secret prayer shapes what's next. Hit that like button if this feels like closure. It's your nod to heaven, a thank you for every unseen hand that held you up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to keep walking with the thousands of other chosen one souls who understand this. We rise differently. We move quietly. We honor every season. Comment 737. One more time. That's your final seal on this chapter. Completion, alignment, peace. Let them talk. Let them wonder. You don't have to explain divine timing to anyone living on deadlines. You know what it cost to reach this peace, and you won't cheapen it with conversation. Walk into this next season with soft steps and a steady heart, because the same silence that carried you through the valley will crown you on the mountain. Don't rush, don't fear. You are safe, you are seen. You are exactly where grace wanted you all along. And when you look back, smile, because you didn't just survive, you transformed. You turned waiting into wisdom, pain into purpose, and silence into strength. Now go quietly, but go boldly. Let your peace preach, let your humility lead, and let your life, your calm, your joy, your grace be the loudest sermon you ever give. The wind has quieted. The sky is open. You can finally hear your own heartbeat without the noise of worry behind it. Chosen one, this is where the story exhales. All the lessons, all the losses, all the laughter, they've woven into one steady rhythm. You no longer chase meaning, you live it. Every sunrise that finds you now is a promise kept. Every night that ends in peace is proof that healing took root. You walk slower, but you see more. You speak less, but your words land deeper. That is growth. That is grace. Pause here for a moment. Look around you. Nothing about this view is accidental. Every mountain you climbed, every valley you crossed, led here. If you feel that truth settling in, tap the like button as your quiet agreement. It's not for the algorithm, it's for remembrance. And subscribe if you're ready to keep walking with the same community of steady souls, learning to live from peace instead of pressure. Comment 777. One final time to mark the close of this chapter. A symbol that what was begun in faith is ending in fulfillment. From here on, let gratitude be your default language. Thank the silence that shaped you. Thank the storms that taught you. Thank the small victories that no one saw but you. You don't need to chase what's next. You need only stay aligned with what's true. Because what's meant for you is already finding its way. Quietly, faithfully, surely. So stand in the light without fear of shadows. Breathe without rushing. Love without measurement. And know that even in stillness, you are moving. This is your closure. This is your confirmation. This is peace, uncomplicated, unbreakable, undeniable. Carry it gently. Let it speak for you long after this message fades, because the calm you feel right now is the sound of everything finally working together for your good. The screen dims, the air stills, only a heartbeat remains, yours, steady, calm, alive. Chosen one. This is the sound of completion, not the end of the story, but the beginning of peace that doesn't need an audience. You've walked the fire, learned the silence, carried the promise. Now you stand in light, made from all three. No more racing, no more proving, just living, simply and fully, in the grace that never ran out. Take one slow breath, hold it, let it go. That's how release feels. Quiet, certain, clean. Look at what survived. Your hope, your kindness, your steady faith. They were never lost. They were growing roots. So when the next dawn rises, you don't start over. You continue. Leave a final 777 below if you're closing this chapter with gratitude. It's not a code. It's a thank you to the journey itself. And if your spirit feels lighter, touch the like button as a whisper of thanks, and stay connected with every other soul who's learning to walk softly in power. Subscribe if you want to keep growing in that quiet strength. Now, go. Step into your life. Carry this calm wherever you stand, because what's happening next doesn't need to be shouted. It will show. The light is with you, always. Stay here for a moment. Don't rush off. Let the quiet settle over you like a blanket after a long day. You've heard every word, but now it's time to feel them. Not as lines from a video, but as the rhythm of your own breathing. Chosen one. Peace isn't an event. It's maintenance. Every morning you'll need to choose it again. Every night you'll need to guard it again. The world will keep spinning loud, but you've learned how to move through it without losing your balance. When voices rise around you, remember this sound. Silence that speaks. When doubt knocks, answer with gratitude. When success grows loud, lower your volume and listen for wisdom. Hit that like button if you promise yourself to protect this peace. It's not a promise to me, it's a commitment to you. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to stay connected with the tribe that values stillness over noise, purpose over pressure, faith over fear. Comment 777 once more. Slowly, deliberately. Let each number remind you, body, mind, spirit, aligned. You are not behind. You are not late. You are right on schedule, walking the exact pace required for your purpose to hold. Don't rush destiny. It never needed your speed. It needed your trust. So tonight, rest with a smile. Tomorrow, rise without hurry. And as you move, carry this truth in your chest. You're allowed to be both strong and silent, visible and peaceful, growing and grateful. Chosen one, your calm is not a pause, it's power. Keep it, use it, and let it whisper to the world what words never could. Stay still for a breath. That's it. Feel the quiet wrap around you. Nothing left to chase, nothing left to prove. Only the soft hum of gratitude in your chest. Chosen one, you've reached the calm after the climb. This isn't the end. It's the beginning of living differently. Lighter, clearer, kinder. The journey isn't finished. It's changed form. Now it's not about seeking signs. It's about being one. Every step you take in peace becomes a message to the world that grace still works, that patience still wins, that quiet strength still moves mountains. So, when the credits roll and the lights come up, walk out smiling. You're proof that faith doesn't need volume to be heard. If this message feels like home, press the like button as your silent thank you. Subscribe to keep walking with those who've learned that peace is power. And if your heart is steady, comment 757. Not for luck, but for completion. Now breathe again. Let the last sound you hear be your own heartbeat. That's the rhythm of purpose fulfilled. The story continues. But for tonight, rest. You've done enough. You are enough. Fade to black. You're still here. That means something inside you knows this peace isn't temporary. Chosen one, the story doesn't stop when the screen fades. It lives in every quiet decision you make after this. The way you speak to people, the way you handle small moments, the way you keep choosing kindness even when no one's watching. That is how transformation stays real. From this point on, your life is the continuation of this message. No more searching for signs, no more waiting for permission. You are the sign, you are the permission. Every sunrise will ask you the same question. Will you live today from faith or from fear? And every night will answer back according to what you chose. Hit that like button if you choose faith again. Right here, right now. It's not about numbers, it's about remembrance. Subscribe if you want to keep walking with the quiet souls who've made the same vow, to grow slowly, to move gently, to shine honestly. Comment 777 one last time. Let it echo like a promise whispered under your breath. I will keep this peace alive. The world will keep spinning, news will change, people will come and go, but you will remain centered, calm, grounded in gratitude. When storms return, you won't panic. You'll smile, remembering that you've been through worse and still found your way. When blessings overflow, you won't boast. You'll give thanks and keep walking. That balance is your crown. That calm is your legacy. So chosen one, go live quietly, brilliant. Carry the peace, not as a story you once heard, but as the atmosphere you create everywhere you go. And when the world asks how you learned to move like that, just tell them the truth. I stopped talking about change, and I became it. Fade to silence. The lights are gone now, only the sound of your own breathing fills the space. Chosen one, the lesson was never about arriving. It was about remembering who you already were. All along, peace was waiting under the noise. All along, strength was growing beneath the doubt. All along, grace was patient. Now you see it, now you carry it, now you live it. When the world starts shouting again, and it will, pause. Touch the calm in your chest and listen. That still voice is wisdom, not weakness. That quiet is home. You don't need new words, you just need to keep walking in the ones you've already heard. Be kind, be steady, be thankful. If this message feels like a mirror of your own journey, press like as a gentle yes. Subscribe to stay connected with the community that moves the same way. Strong, slow, intentional, and as always, leave 777 below as a simple sign of completion. Then close your eyes. Smile. Let the quiet finish the story for you, because this isn't an ending, it's a beginning told in whispers. Fade to silence. You can open your eyes now. See how still everything feels? That's not emptiness, that's presence. Chosen one, life will pull you back into motion soon. Work will call, people will need you, days will move quickly again, but somewhere underneath the noise, this calm will remain. You don't have to replay every word that was said. You just have to remember the feeling, the steadiness, the trust, the simple peace of knowing you're guided. Because you are. You always were. This chapter taught you how to wait without worry, to build without broadcasting, to heal without headlines. That skill is sacred. Carry it quietly. Use it often. When you wake tomorrow, don't ask what's next. Just whisper, "Thank you for now," and step into your day like it's holy ground. Hit that like button if you can already feel the strength of that simplicity. Subscribe if you want to keep learning how to live from this place of peace. And one last time, type 777 below. Not to end anything, but to honor the truth that everything is already complete. You're free to go now, not back to the way things were, but forward, lighter, clearer, ready. Because this was never just a message, it was a mirror. And what you saw reflected back was yourself. Whole, worthy, awake. Walk on, chosen one. Soft steps, steady heart. Your silence will speak for you. Fade to light, it's quiet again. Just you, the breath, the heartbeat, the glow. Chosen one, this is the part of the story no one can narrate for you. From here, the voice becomes your own. Every choice you make will speak louder than any video ever could. You've learned how to move gently through a loud world. How to stand still and still move forward. How to listen so deeply that peace answers back. Keep that skill close. Use it when days feel heavy, when people forget, when the world spins too fast. Remember, stillness is not retreat, it's mastery. Press like only if this quiet feels like home now. Subscribe to stay connected with others who build from calm, not noise. And for the final time, leave 777 below. Not as an ending, but as a reminder that completion is a circle that never closes. It simply begins again, wiser. Then close your eyes. Smile. Let the silence finish what words cannot. Because the story was never about being chosen by the world. It was about choosing peace in it. And you did. Fade to white. You've reached the quiet beyond quiet. No more lessons. No more searching. Only breathing. Steady. Honest. Real. Chosen one. The story isn't over because stories like yours never end. They ripple. Every smile you give, every calm word you speak, every moment you choose patience over noise, each one is another line in the book. You won't always notice it happening. Peace doesn't announce itself. It unfolds. Some days it will feel small. That's fine. Peace grows best when it isn't watched. If you ever forget this feeling, close your eyes. You'll hear it again. The same rhythm that carried you here. That heartbeat is proof that purpose is still moving through you. No call to action this time, no numbers, just gratitude. Let that be enough. Walk softly into tomorrow. Let the world wonder how you stay so calm. Smile when they ask. You'll know the answer. This is where the light turns into life. This is where the voice fades and yours takes over. Go live. Go love. Go quietly change everything. Fade to silence. Still here. Good. That means the quiet didn't scare you. It shaped you. Chosen one. Peace isn't a destination. It's a discipline. You'll need to practice it when the world forgets how to listen. You'll need to protect it when noise tries to buy your attention. The secret is simple. Remember what silence taught you. It showed you how to breathe before you speak, how to wait before you react, how to love before you judge. Those lessons don't fade. They echo. Every time you choose calm over chaos, you replay the melody of grace that brought you here. No spotlight, no ceremony. Just you, steady in the middle of everything. If gratitude rises in your chest, let it. Whisper a thank you to the struggle that trained you, to the patience that held you, to the faith that never left. Then stand, stretch, step back into the world quietly brilliant. Because the purpose of every message was never just to listen, it was to live. So go live, chosen one. And when the noise comes again, and it will, smile, breathe, and remember, you already know the way back to silence. Fade to still light. You're breathing differently now. Slower, easier. That's what understanding feels like. Chosen one. Every lesson that found you in this story was never about perfection. It was about presence, about learning how to stand still long enough for the truth to catch up. The same stillness that carried you here will carry you forward. You don't have to chase it. You are it. When the world calls for noise, answer with kindness. When days feel heavy, answer with simplicity. When people forget who they are, remind them gently. Not with speeches, but with how you live. That's your calling now, not to shout, to show. If peace sits quietly in your chest as you read this, hold it there. That's proof you've changed. You no longer need permission to be calm. You no longer need applause to be certain. No more instructions, no more countdowns, just the rhythm of a steady life unfolding. Walk into the next day with open hands. Whatever belongs to you will meet you there. Whatever doesn't will fade without fight. And if you ever forget how far you've come, listen for the silence that started it all. The space between every word, the quiet that built your courage. It's still here. It's still you. Go live softly, chosen one. The world will feel your peace even when you say nothing. Fade to dawn. The dawn has settled. The world is moving again. But you, chosen one, you move differently now. The silence didn't end. It became rhythm. The peace didn't vanish. It became instinct. The lessons didn't fade. They became your language. You won't need reminders like this forever. Eventually, the calm will live in you so deeply that every step, every glance, every breath will speak it. When people ask what changed, you'll smile. Not out of pride, but recognition. Because this isn't new. It's remembering who you were before the noise. Let gratitude be the soundtrack behind every action. Let forgiveness be your accent. Let patience be your armor. You are not chasing miracles anymore. You are walking proof that they exist. If your heart feels light, pause and let that gratitude expand. That's your confirmation. That's how peace says yes. And when you go, go quietly. Let your life make the sound now. Because silence was never empty. It was just waiting for you to fill it with meaning. Chosen one, this is the true ending. Not with applause, not with tears, but with understanding. You are whole. You are ready. You are home. Fade to eternal light. The sun is higher now. Life has begun again, as it always does. But somewhere beneath the sound of traffic, voices and plans, you can still hear it. That soft hum, that rhythm you met in the silence. Chosen one, that's your compass. You don't have to sit still to find peace anymore. You carry it. It breathes with you, walks with you, waits with you. You've turned reflection into rhythm, and rhythm into living. Every small act of patience is now a prayer. Every word spoken in kindness is a seed. Every moment of restraint is wisdom protecting what's sacred. This is the evolution of silence. It no longer asks for solitude. It asks for mindfulness. The quiet isn't about hiding anymore. It's about listening differently. Listen when the day greets you. Listen when people speak from their pain. Listen when your heart says rest. That's the same voice that led you here. It's softer now because you finally learned how to hear it. If your chest feels calm, that's not coincidence. It's confirmation. You've completed the circle. The journey from noise to knowing. No more parts, no more scripts. Just life. Steady, simple, divine in its ordinariness. And when you forget, when you start to run again, pause for one breath. you'll hear it. Faint but faithful. You're still the chosen one. Then smile, because you'll know the story never really ended. It just became you. Fade, not to black, but to living light. There's nothing left to add now. The words have done their work. The silence knows what to do. Chosen one, you can feel it, the ease in your shoulders, the unclenched rhythm of your heart. That's how peace settles once it's found a home. You don't have to chase it anymore. You just have to keep choosing it. One sunrise, one conversation, one quiet decision at a time. Every gentle act you take from this moment forward is the continuation of everything you've learned here. The story doesn't live on this page. It lives in you. When the world gets loud, you'll remember the stillness that raised you. When you forget, you'll stop for a breath, and it will all return. The calm, the clarity, the quiet certainty that you were never lost, only learning. Smile. That's the last line, because smiles speak without noise, and yours is enough to finish the sentence. Fade, not to an ending, but to an open door. The world keeps moving, but you've learned how to move with it, without losing the stillness inside. Chosen one, look at how natural this calm feels now. It isn't borrowed from a message or a moment. It's yours. You no longer reach for silence. You speak from it. Every choice you make now carries a slower heartbeat, a wiser rhythm. This is the part of the story that no one writes down, because it doesn't need words. It's lived quietly in how you show up for the day, how you listen, how you give. You've become fluent in simplicity. You understand that joy doesn't need volume, that faith doesn't need proof, that purpose doesn't need permission. So as the noise of life rises again, smile and let it pass. You are not separate from the world. You are steady within it. No call to action, no hashtags, just this. Keep choosing the calm, keep walking kindly, keep letting light do the talking, and when night comes, don't pray for peace. Thank it, because it never left. Fade to stillness. Morning again. The light spills through the window, quiet, uncomplicated. You're not chasing anything, you're welcoming it. Chosen one. This is how normal life feels once grace becomes habit. Coffee tastes deeper. Conversations sound softer. Even the ordinary looks new. The change wasn't sudden, it was steady. Every small yes to patience built this calm. Every choice not to rush built this strength. Now you understand that purpose doesn't roar. It whispers through consistency. You don't need to prove that you've changed. You just need to keep showing up gentle and genuine. People will feel it. They'll notice the peace before they notice the success. Let that be your signature. When stress knocks, answer with a slower breath. When doubt visits, feed it truth, not fear. When gratitude rises, say nothing, just smile. Silence still fits you perfectly. If this calm feels like home, hold it close. It's not fragile, it's practiced. And if you ever forget, simply stop. Listen. Peace hums underneath everything, waiting to be heard again. Walk on, chosen one. Unhurried, unbothered, unwavering. The story continues every time you breathe with intention. Fade today, another sunrise. Nothing spectacular, nothing staged, just light, honest and enough. You pour water into a cup, and it feels sacred. You tie your shoes, open the door, step outside. That's worship too. Chosen one. This is the real miracle. Ordinary life lived with extraordinary calm. The quiet that once felt distant now walks beside you like an old friend. You don't summon it, it meets you halfway. It sits with you in traffic. It stands with you in line. It hums while you work. You've stopped measuring success by noise. Now you measure it by peace that lasts longer than applause. There's nothing left to prove, nothing left to perform, just breathing, giving, noticing. When someone asks how you stay so steady, you'll shrug and smile. because peace doesn't need explanation. It only needs practice. This is the practice. Choosing kindness instead of control, presence instead of panic, gratitude instead of grasping. You learned all of this in the silence. Now you teach it simply by living. If this moment feels complete, let it be. No ritual, no phrase, no number, just a long breath and a quiet thank you. Then go on, let life unfold. Let calm lead. Fade, not to black, but into the color of a new day.